5 months after dedicating the George W. Bush Presidential Library, the former first couple is involved in a number of issues through their Public Policy Center, the Bush Institute. Those include global health, economic equality for women, education reform, and helping wounded warriors. They've also been busy getting to know their first grandchild, Margaret Laura. She is named after her grandmothers. We are pleased to have former First Lady Laura Bush join us now. Welcome.
Well, but thanks. Thank you
you
very much, Charlie. Thanks,
It's been
Gail
a
and
big,
Nora.
it's been a big year. The Bush Center, the grandchild.
That's right. Really big year for us.
And how's his health doing? Because he seemed always the most physical of people on the bikes and everything else. And then
He's doing really well. Just at his regular physical, they discovered that he needed a stent, that he had a blockage in an artery. So he got the stent the very next morning. And today, he's opening right now the Warrior One Open, the golf tournament for Wounded Warriors at Las Colinas Country Club in Dallas, and playing golf and having a great time.
And painting.
And painting. He's taking up painting.
Do you like his paintings?
His paintings are very good. They really are.
Are they?
Yeah.
An amateur painter. Who would have thought it?
You're here in town and you're going to meet with some from Africans.
That's right.
Talking about what?
Well, we're hosting a First Ladies Conference. We hosted a conference in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania this summer. The Bush Institute did. Michelle Obama was there, and she was part of our First Ladies Conference in Africa. So now, while all of these African First Ladies are in New York because of the UNGA meeting, we're going to just host a festive, fun luncheon with two projects that we want them to know about. Wendy Kopp is going to be there. She's the founder of Teach for America. And she's going to talk about Teach for All, her international effort to recruit teachers in every country.
Because Teach for America is going global.
Yeah, that's right, with Teach for All. And then Barbara, our daughter, Barbara's going to be there with some of her Global Health Corps fellows to talk about recruiting young, smart college graduates to work in the health field.
Yeah, Barbara Bush is a hot ticket, I have to say. I've been to a couple of her events, but I'm fascinated by your admiration of the African First Ladies. What is it about this group of women that you said, I want to maintain contact with this group?
Well, George started PEPFAR, the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, when he was president, and it's really all over Africa now. So when we moved back home to Dallas, we wanted to continue our work with global health there in Africa. And we're partnering with the U.S. State Department and Komen for the Cure and a number of the drug companies to add the testing and treatment for cervical cancer to the AIDS platform that's already established. Cervical cancer is the leading cause of cancer death among African women. And in the U.S., you seldom hear of anyone with cervical cancer because a pap smear is such a usual part of every woman's physical. But there, women don't discover they have lesions until it's too late and they're dying with cancer.
So you're helping to give out the HPV vaccine.
That's right. So a number of drug companies have joined us that are giving the HPV vaccine, and then we're refurbishing clinics so women can come be tested, and if lesions are discovered, they can be easily treated with either scraping or cryotherapy, unless, of course, they're really already into cancer.
When you look at the ledger having to do with you and the president, I mean, and with every president, there are a whole range of issues. But for the two of you, it's Africa that gets the most admiration.
Oh, well, that's good. That's
Where did
great.
that come from, this connection to Africa?
Well,
and
I think really because of PEPFAR. When George was told in 2002 and 2003 that 80 million people, or some huge number of people, were going to die, a whole generation with AIDS, he knew that we couldn't, as the wealthiest country in the world, stand by and not do anything about it.
But the important thing is you've continued that relationship.
Well, that's right.
And you guys go back and back.
Yeah. And we do that also because we enjoy it. We love to visit Africa like every other tourist. We love to go there to see animals. This year we were in Victoria Falls, close to Victoria Falls.
But how do you all spend your time, Mrs. Bush, on a weekend? Like if we were to come over and
This
spend time with
weekend.
George and Laura Bush, are we watching Honey Boo Boo Duck Dynasty? Are we playing with Mila? What are we doing
We wish
these
we
days?
were playing with Mila, but Mila lives up here. George plays golf. I love to go for walks. We go to our church that we've always gone to, that we went to before George was elected governor in Dallas.
And I know you're a
George
big
is-
book reader.
That's right, reading books. Barbara Bush, my mother-in-law's
Ah.
Yeah.
celebration for reading, her literacy fundraiser is coming up in a week,
Yeah.
and so we'll be going to that.
We saw President George H.W. Bush. He was in the news this morning. He attended a same-sex marriage
That's
in
right.
Kennebunkport, longtime friends.
Longtime friends of ours as well. In fact, Bonnie, who they own the general store in Kennebunkport, and they hosted a book signing for me and book reading when my book was new.
And how is his health?
He's doing really well. He can't walk. He's in the wheelchair, which is why he's taken to the colorful socks, because since he's seated all the time, you can see his socks.
How would you characterize the personality of Barbara Bush?
She is my mother-in-law, Barbara
Yes.
Bush. She is terrific. She's the
Is
kind of
terrific
person.
all you can say?
I love my mother-in-law. She is a great example for me as somebody who's absolutely natural. But I will say, if you want a really fascinating dinner partner, she's the kind you want, because
Yeah.
she'll tell you the wild stories.
There's no
I know-
censor on her.
That's right.
No, there
censor.
isn't. I know we have to go, but I love that shot. I was there on Inauguration Day when the helicopter was taking off and you were leaving. I wonder, as you looked out, finish the sentence. I can't wait to do what?
Probably sleep, is what I was thinking.
I feel you on that one.
But really, just to get back home, it's
Yeah.
great to be home. But I will say that there was a lot of nostalgia on that
Yes.
trip, because we were with President Bush and Barbara in the helicopter as we left Washington.
I
and that, you
remember.
know, who would have ever thought that both of us would be together like
Yes.
that?
Laura
So it was
Bush.
great, really very sweet.
No, it was.
Good to see you.
Great to
It was.
see
Thank
you.
you so
Thank you
much.
for
Good to
coming.
see
Joining
you
us.
all.
Thank you.
Thanks.